Now let's just complete the rest of the design for our map here. Just gonna switch over to my sketch here. So for the map page, we want a little search bar here with a little search icon as well as the text. And then a save button as well as a current location icon. So we need two icons here and then a search bar and then a button component. So let's go ahead and switch over to our design, and let's start from the top. Let's use the rectangle tool, draw a rectangle over here, and let's just stay consistent and keep a 25 pixel space from the left and right. So of course I need to resize that a little bit more. And let's go ahead and change the fill to white. Now it's still barely visible, so why don't we go ahead and add a light gray stroke. I think something like this would work. And then let's go ahead and set a thickness of 1.5 pixels. Let's go ahead and round it to 6 pixels. Let's actually do 8. And let's go ahead and also add an effect of a drop shadow. Change the Y to 5 here. Change the blur to 10. And bring the opacity down to maybe 15%. Or let's actually do 10%. Let's move the Y up to 2 maybe, or 3. I think that's starting to come together. Let's just switch back to our design here. We have a little search icon. So let's insert a text here for search. 16 is good for the font size. Just go ahead and change the weight to regular. And just go ahead and add some space for our icon that we're going to add. Let's go ahead and add another drop shadow. This time, go ahead and make the X 0 and the Y 0 as well. Go ahead and make the blur 30, or actually 25, and the opacity at 5. I'm going to change the opacity of the other one to 20%, or actually 15, so it's not too harsh. I think that's starting to look better here. Now let's go ahead back into our resources for the project. Once you have that open, go over to icons, map, and then you'll see we have our two icons here. So why don't we just go ahead and drag them in. Just going to use Shift Alt to resize them here. Just move them over here. Going to start with the search icon here. Make sure you have the proportions constrained here. Then do 25 here. So that automatically changes the width and height together. Zoom in. Let's put that over here. Right here. And then let's go ahead and give it a selection style of the blue. And let's also go ahead and change the selection color for this to the primary blue that we have. Let's put this at the bottom and give it a shadow, a drop shadow. Let's do 20 and 20%. I think that's good. I'm still not too happy with the shadow of the search bar here. I think it's a little bit too strong. So let's go ahead and just change the 15%, change the blur here to maybe 10. And I think that's slightly better. We want to change the text here to, let's do a light color again. Since this is going to be a placeholder, feel free to just put A9, A9, A9 for the hex code here to get the same color. And I think the last thing here is our save button. So why don't we go ahead and head on over to our assets tab here and go ahead and move a button enabled onto the screen here. Just make sure that has proper spacing, and it does. Just move this up here. And then maybe we also want to show the user where they're at. So why don't we go ahead and use an oval shape. Zoom in here and create maybe a circle of 21 by 21. Duplicate that using Command D here. Then make a larger one of maybe 72 by 72 here. Let's go ahead back to our layers panel and try to align these. Put the other one on top of this one and then just align them together in the center. For the larger one here, let's go ahead and set the text color to our Using our local color, let's choose this color. And then let's choose an opacity of, let's do 30% here. And then let's change the other ellipse or the other circle to this color here. I think that looks good for now. We can even make this a little bit larger. I'm gonna use Alt and Shift together to keep the centerness of that, and I think that looks good here. This is way too large, so let's resize it to 35 by 35. Let's make sure that the constraint proportion is on, and then do 35 by 35 here. Or let's actually do 38, and then go ahead and align that here. And I think that looks pretty good for now. We just need to change this text to, what do we have over here, to save. Let's do save location or save address. And there we have it. That's our map page. And we're almost there. We only have 3 more main pages to go. And so we're going to complete that together in the next section of the course.